welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Taylor and today we're going to be doing TBR prompts, pick my August TBR. But before we hop in the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you love all things books. I mean, first point of contention, has anyone watched the new Avatar Aang movie? Anyone? That is a bit of a tangent sidetrack, but just saying, I'm still stuck here. I'm still stuck at the restaurant and I need to do an Atla rewatch ASAP. But, you know, we're off that. Okay, so in terms of my July TBR that I picked, well, I'm filming this a few days before July ends. What is today, the 26th? July 26th. So I think I'm pretty good and on track to actually finish all the books I picked for my July TBR. I'm in the middle of 2, I've completed 3, and then I have 1 more that I haven't started. So we may actually finish a TBR this year. Which makes sense because I didn't really have a lot of themed videos or reading vlogs I was doing in the month of July, but I do have a lot planned for August. So in terms of August reading, 1, we'll see how much reading we get done because August, obviously the school year starts back up, which means I have to go into class planning mode because I'm teaching a new class for the fall. Yay, lovely. Also, you know, just everything that goes on with the first month on campus and classes, everything's going to be hectic, chaotic, and crazy. So I don't think I'll be getting in as much reading as I have been the last few months in the summer months. Plus I have family visiting, and I'm going to start taking some pole dancing classes. Yes. We have a lot. We're getting a social life back. We're finally really developing that social life. Second up, the things that I know that I want to do. I do kind of want to try and attempt a Summerween video, even though we're like almost to fall. But we're going to try and maybe pick some Summerween video book ideas. I know I want to do at least a closeout summer romance reading vlog, so we're going to focus on that. And then third, because Sunrise on the Reaping, the paperback version comes out next month, I'm kind of looking at a continuing series vlog, so we can slot that in somewhere. If you don't know, for Vlogmas or Bookmas last year, I read all of the Hunger Games books. Do let me know what series you want me to read for this year's Bookmas, because I've got a few that I could be going through, so just let me know. But like always in my TBR videos, I've got my little Taylor Swift cup here with a bunch of prompts. Some of them might be duplicates, some of them have carried over from years past, and we are going to pick 6 prompts, 4 books physically, 2 books on my Kindle/audio, because we have long TBRs on both. And I guess without further ado, let's go ahead and pick our prompts for the month of August. Okay, prompt number 1. We have a random color generator picks. Well, okay, well, let's go ahead and pull up our random color generator. Also, I got a new phone, so it's currently on Spotify. Who is surprised? Do we want to do one that picks 2 colors? Well, I'm just going to use... Okay, I've got our little random color generator here. So let's... Well, let me screen record this while we're here. Alright, so let's spin. What color are we picking for the month? White. Oh. I have like 1 or 2 white books, but it landed on white. So I'll try and see if I can't pick a white book off of my TBR. All right, well that's that one. It feels like I've gotten a lot of colorful prompts in the month of, well, not in the month, but in the summer months so far. Oh, speaking of another color prompt, we picked a purple book, which I don't know why I try to show you these prompts because it will never focus, but purple book. Okay, I'm trying to think. Do I have, ooh! I've got 2 purple books that would both fit things that I want to read and do for the month of August. So, alright. Next up, I swear, if this is another color prompt, we have a banned book. We may be reading more lit fic this month than I was expecting. We know that I'm not a huge lit fic person, so... But we'll see. But I have a couple banned books that I know are on there. Alright, our 4th prompt is the oldest copyright. Why am I picking... Jesus Christ. Okay. So I'll have to do a little search on there, but I'm assuming... if anything, I'm definitely going to be reading either Toni Morrison or Octavia Butler this month, because it's determined that that's going to happen. So, I was kind of trying to end the month out end summer out with happier reads, because July I've picked a lot of sad reads. Oh, and we've picked another colorful prompt. Let's pick a red book. Red book. Well, actually, this is pretty... I've got a few. I've got a few that could fit what I wanted to read. And then the sixth and final prompt for the month of August. Let's hope it's a good one. Hope it's a lighthearted one. A bisexual read. Yes. Listen, I've been reading a lot of gay stuff in summer, as one does. Pride and all that. Me being queer, bisexual. And yeah. Ooh. Now the question is, do I read a cutesy summer bisexual romance, or do I preempt fall reading and pick the fun bisexual fantasy that I know about? I don't know. Let me take a moment to collect my thoughts, and then we will head over and see what we want to read off of our TBR. Okay, so this is what the TBR shelf looks like right now. Obviously, we are kind of double stacking it, but I'm determined that I'm not going to bring it back onto these shelves because, like I said, we were trying to, you know, not do any book shopping this summer, and that went flat out the door. But our first prompt was random color generator picks, and it picked a white book. I think I only have one book that really is white, and that's this book. How it went down. I mean, we have, okay, so this one here is kind of white, Good Luck Babe, and then And They Were Roommates is kind of, well, that's more pink, so let's just ignore that. So these are really our only two options. I'm trying to decide. This one definitely screams more white. This one definitely screams more pink. However, I'm just trying to look at this and be like judicious because I definitely do want to read this. However, this does fit the summer romance vibe that I was going for. So I think I'm going to pick Good Luck Babe for our white book prompt. For red books, we have the option of An Ember in the Ashes, Vicious by V.E. Schwab, or Girl of My Nightmares by Kendare Blake. So these two would both be starting series. So I would be committing. I know the final book in the trilogy for Vicious comes out either next month or the month after. So it might be nice to start this so I can kind of finish them all as they're coming out. However, Girl of My Nightmares concludes a duology that I've read, and I do believe that it would fit well into a Summerween kind of video, which is something that I want to do this month. So I think we're going to pick Girl of My Nightmares for our red book prompt. For our banned book prompt, I probably could have chosen a few, but I think I should just go with The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison, because if I'm correct, this is probably one of the most banned books. I also have Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler, but for banned book, when it comes to mind, I think of The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison, which, you know me, I'm not huge into classics and I'm not huge into lit fic, but I know everyone really loves this, and I think it must be time. And then I think for the oldest copyright, we have Song of Solomon by Toni Morrison. I'm not 100% sure on this Dawn Imago Adulthood Rights Trilogy by Octavia Butler, but I believe Song of Solomon is the oldest copyright that I have at 1977. So we have two Toni Morrison books on the TBR for the month. We'll see if I make it through all of it, because again, I have a lot of reading vlogs planned for the month, but this may be the month that we really delve into Toni Morrison. Now we have two prompts left, which will be our Kindle prompts. So the first one is a purple book. I do have The Burning God downloaded on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm going to count this, even though I own it physically, I'm going to count it because we're trying to get through physical books. And this would be me finishing a series. So The Burning God is going to be our, our purple book for the month. Now let's go ahead and pick our bisexual book, which I have a few bisexual books on my physical TBR, but you know me, I've always got something a little gay kicking around in all corners of my TBR. We in the middle of a book. I swear I did not stop that in the middle of the book last time. Now the question is, do I know off the top of my head if any of these are particularly in the bisexual category? I actually don't know off the top. Well, actually, you know what I do know? And this could be the month. This could be the month. It's not necessarily summer romance, but I do know off the top of my head that there is one bisexual, a bisexual Russian that has captured our whole hearts. I have Heated Rivalry on here. And we know Ilya is, in fact, bisexual. So, I say we just bypass the even searching because we know for a fact we will be reading Heated Rivalry. So hey, our bisexual book for the month of August is going to be Heated Rivalry. So let's go through all the books that we picked for our August TBR. Alright, the books that we picked for the month of August. For our oldest copyright, we have The Song of Solomon by Toni Morrison, and the lighting is not liking this cover. Will you? No, it's not liking this cover. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I bought these because I'm trying to build up a library of a bunch of diverse books, especially some banned books. We have a lot of queer books on here. We need to expand our banned book section, which is, a good cross-section. But I don't really know anything about the Song of Solomon, so Milkman Dead was born shortly after neighborhood eccentric hurled himself off a rooftop in a vain attempt at flight. What? For the rest of his life, he too will be trying to fly. With this brilliantly imagined novel, Nobel Prize laureate Toni Morrison audaciously transfigures the coming-of-age story as she follows Milkman from his Rust Belt city to the place of his family's origins. Morrison introduces an entire cast of strivers and seeresses, liars, and assassins, the inhabitants of a fully realized black world. Oh. See, this was one of the books that I was maybe going to be able to read during my AP Lang class, Lit class, AP Lit, sometime in high school, but I didn't end up getting the teacher that I was expecting to get. And I'm just going to say, that description has me captured. Cool. Then for our banned book, we have The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. Piccola, Breedlove, a young black girl, prays every day for beauty. Mocked by other children for the dark skin, curly hair, and brown eyes that set her apart, she yearns for the blonde hair and blue eyes that she believes will allow her to finally fit in. Yet as her dream grows more fervent, her life slowly starts to disintegrate in the face of adversity and strife. A brilliant examination of our obsession with beauty and conformity, Toni Morrison's virtuosic first novel asks powerful questions about race, class, and gender with the subtlety and grace that have always characterized her writing. So this is her first novel. So when is the copyright on this? So this actually might have been the oldest copyright on here. This one is 1970. Oh, okay. Well, either way, this was the oldest copyright. Both of these, I think, are banned books and the oldest copyrights on my shelf, unless I wanted to just pick up another Shakespeare or something. But yeah, guess we're going to get into Toni Morrison this month. Or at least she's on the TBR. We'll see if we can make it to her in the process. Then for a red book, we have Girl of My Nightmares by Kinder Blake. This is the sequel / into the duology of Anna Dressed in Blood. And in that one, we are following someone, I don't remember his name, but essentially he has the ability to see and exorcise ghosts from this plane. And after years of trying to build up the prowess to, master his skills and have the skills to be able to take down the ghosts that ended up killing his father, he decided to move on to the next level and attack Anna Dressed in Blood, one of the most prolific ghosts in Canada. The only thing he doesn't foresee is the family, friends, and romance that, presents itself when he tries to go after her. So yeah, I've always said that, is it the most well thought out horror of all time? No. But is Anna Dressed in Blood just a fun, quick little read? If you want that Scooby-Doo YA horror vibes, yeah. So, and Girl of My Nightmares, it's a pretty short, quick read, and I think it'll definitely, Kaz, that's his name, give you some fun, not quite we're in the depths of the deep, dark fall spooky season, but it's, fun situation. Then for our white book, we have Good Luck Babe, which now that I'm looking at it definitely is giving way more pink. Oh well, but there's white on the cover. I'm just going to choose it because this is random color generator picks. Good Luck Babe by Erin Baldwin. If you were following me for the last couple months, you will know that my 5-star read for the month, my only 5-star read for the month of June, out of all of the Pride reads that I read, was Wish You Weren't Here by Erin Baldwin. And when I saw that she was the author of this book and I saw Good Luck Babe, Chaperone, I was like, absolutely, in the cart, let's go. It's fake dating, sapphic, and it's some sort of reality TV situation. And I think it just came out this year. Copyright 2026. Yeah, and it just came out this year, so this might be her newest release. I wonder why this came out in paperback and her other books in hardcover. Oh well, but the cover is cute. It looks like it's going to be a fun vibe, and we wanted something lighthearted and summery romance for the TBR because it's been a lot of heavy books. After this past month TBR, I kind of needed something a little more lighthearted, but hey. And then for our purple book, which is also our Kindle book, but I have it physically, is The Burning God by R.F. Kuang. We're trying to finish series, and this is the final book in the Poppy War trilogy. I finished The Dragon Republic last month. She is just so well at her craft. The Poppy War as her debut series is just astonishing because everything is just so well done writing-wise, and I just don't see myself giving it a low rating. And then I can move into Babel after this, because I also have Babel on my Kindle. But Rin, Neja, and Kite, I don't know how your story's going to end, but I fear I'm going to be crying. I've kind of had to learn this month how to disassociate from the books I'm reading emotionally, because otherwise I would have been crying within 3 chapters of The Dragon Republic, and I just know The Burning God's going to hurt me more. And then lastly, the final prompt we pulled was a bisexual read, and of course, I have Heated Rivalry. We must pick Heated Rivalry. We all fell in love with Shane and Ilya at the end of last year. And now I think it is time, after having bought that book 6 or 7 months ago now, that we finally pick up their story. And I know it's going to be a 3-book story, so this is just the beginning. And I can't wait to continue on and see how their story is concluded, because I believe their final book is coming out next year, as well as season 2 is going to come out next year. So we at least need to make it to the long game by mid next year when season 2 comes out. But those are all the books we picked for the month of August. We were trying to go for something a little more lighthearted to end out the summer season, but that looks like we're not going that way. It looks like we're going another emotional reads route, which isn't always a bad thing. It's just I was like, I'm about to have a very hectic, busy month, and I was kind of hoping for something a little lighthearted and fun. But hey, we're making it through the TBR books. I bought them for a reason, so at some point I guess I was feeling the need for emotional devastation. But let me know what you're going to be reading in the month of August. Are you going to prioritize your fun, cutesy end of summer reads? Or are we already in our fall bag? Is Halloween only at the forefront of your mind? Is it emotional, gothic, spooky? Let me know, and I'll see y'all in the next one.